Okay, welcome back. So let me show you how I fixed the issue. So when I go to Alerts Media Types, I want to give you a comparison of it. So this is the first one that we imported, okay? So now when you scroll down and you go to the script itself, let me show you where it picks the logic actually works. So when there's an event, let's say a problem on Zabbix, okay, it's going to come here, check if the event possible values is equal to 0. So if it's equal to 0, it's going to send the payload as we saw to the event-driven Ansible server. Now, if it's equal to 1, it's not going to work. And now the next thing is for the recovery. So for the recovery, let's say check trigger update, trigger resolve events. So that's where the recovery actually is. So the first condition is that it should be equal to 0 and it should not be equal to 1. So I worked my way around this and it wasn't working initially. So I had to pick the code and try to understand how it works. So what I did in the new is the same thing. It's the same media type, but I just edited the code. So when you check from here, you can see there's a difference between the two of them. So instead of so this is it. So let me just pull this here. So where is it? Let me see. So let me just do something real quick. So let me go to let's media types and the first one. So when I click here and scroll down, let's look at this. So let me just I hope it's better now. I don't think hold on. Okay. So this is the clear difference. I want you to see something. So here the value should not be equal to 1. So it should be 0, right? But then I tried to modify it here. It wasn't working. So what I did was that I just created a second event-driven Ansible media type, and I changed the code to 0. And then so now the condition is the parameters is that when there's an event update for resolve and everything, we should do is that one, if it's the conditions are just two, and both of them should match. So if it's not equal to 0 and the parameter value is not equal to 0, we have event source equal to 0 and then parameter event underscore value not equal to 0. So that should be 1 and it should work. And it's the same thing that we have over here. So here is basically not the same thing. So here we are looking for a value which is not equal to 0. So 1 is accepted. And here it's looking for an event which is not equal to 1. So that means 0 is accepted. But it wasn't working. So I had to work around it. I don't know. I haven't seen any report on this anywhere. So I just managed to figure it out my own way, which I have a detailed explanation over here, which you can as well go through for you to understand. I don't want to waste much time on it. So everything is right here, as simple as that. So that's why you see that when you go to my alerts, trigger actions, for this, you have two of them over here. So this is currently disabled, okay? This one is not working. So on this trigger actions, I have two operations. And so on the two operations, I have different media types. Which the first one goes for when there's a problem and when a problem is recovered. Okay, so this particular event type is modified by myself. I have the code I'll share with you. And as well as this is the default code or the media type we imported from we got from the service blog. So as simple as that. For in order for it to work, other than that, If you also have a different way you can go about it, kindly share with us. But for me, this is how I did it for you to be able to work for us, to make the solution very simple. So basically, that's how it is. So when we go once again to users, we go to admin, and then we go to media types. And as you can see, when for event recovery, we have it over here, and it's basically for um, it's a media type. So the media type only works when there's a recovery, as we saw it over here. Sorry, trigger actions for recovery. As you can see, it's right over here. And it also picks on the event severity being disaster, and then it checks for the particular tag that we set for that interface. So thank you for watching this video, and now I hope you get the whole picture. You understand how to use event-driven Ansible in our infrastructure, how it listens to payloads, how it works. I'm going to share all this with you so that you can go through. So for example, the payload and everything is well defined here, so you can just go through and understand the concept, because we're going to use it in our next video to actually simulate how we can use event-driven Ansible and Zabbix in our core MPLS infrastructure. Thank you for watching this video, and see you in my next video.